Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a book review on the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So this book is kind of special to me because usually the books I read are like the books that I pick for myself through either book reviews, book recommendation videos on YouTube, social media platforms, or like either my friends recommend me them. But this book, The Song of Achilles, my mother actually bought it at Barnes & Noble and recommended it to me. So at first I didn't really have like the motivation to read this because I didn't know about it. I didn't know who the author was. I didn't know what like the summary was. Was it like a dystopian book, a tragedy, a myth book, or whatever. And so at first I didn't really urge myself to read it because I don't know anything about it. But after I did some research on it, I found out that it got a lot of praise, and so I started getting into it. I started it. And then I ended up really enjoying it, so I really wanted to share it with you guys. So in this book, I think there are two main characters personally for me, but after you read it, you may think there are more. But the two characters that I thought were the most important in this book was Patroclus and Achilles, the great fighter and warrior that we all know of, right? So in this story, Patroclus begins the novel by recounting his birth and early childhood. Patroclus, the undersized and bullied son, is a huge disappointment to his father. His father brings Patroclus, when he was 9 years old, to Tyndareus' court as a hand in marriage for Tyndareus' daughter Helen. While Patroclus' suit is rejected, he is forced to take a blood oath promising that he would protect Helen's marriage. Patroclus is, however, exiled at the age of 10 for accidentally killing a nobleman's son. His exile leads him to Phthia, where he meets Achilles, the son of King Peleus and nymph Thetis. Achilles is drawn to Patroclus and requests a companion from him. They become inseparable soon, and their friendship blossoms into romance as they enter adolescence. So firstly, I did not know that this was a retelling of the book Homer's Iliad when I was reading it, but after I did some research, I found out that it was. I guess I would have read the Homer's Iliad first, but I don't think it affected my understanding of this book that much. I guess because it's the same story, but I guess in a just different perspective, I think. But if you have the chance to read Homer's Iliad, then I would definitely recommend reading it before this book. But to be honest, I don't think it really contributes or matters that much. So just to give you an insight of what to do before, I recommend reading Homer's Iliad first. So basically, because this book is called The Song of Achilles, I thought it would be in the perspective of Achilles, the warrior that I know of in Greek mythology. However, it was in the perspective of an unfamiliar character that I had not heard of before, which is Patroclus in this case. I was a little surprised by that fact, but I think it really helped me to build a strong connection with Patroclus because I could see it through his eyes, like the whole world, and how everything changed and occurred through his lenses instead of Achilles. Because if it was through the eyes of Achilles, I think I would have expected a lot because I have a lot of background information on him. But because it wasn't his perspective and point of view, I think that it really evoked sympathy to kind of understand Patroclus' feelings really well. So I found out that the name Patroclus means the glory of the father in Greek, but actually in this book he was the total opposite. Patroclus' small size and lack of, I guess, heroic destiny somehow was a huge disappointment to his father. So I think this was kind of ironic as well as feeling pitiful for him. Also, I felt really sorry for how Patroclus really wishes to be Achilles, the great warrior and the greatest hero in his generation, yet knowing that he can't be. So his eagerness to become like Achilles, yet being best friends, is really interesting to see how Madeline Miller, the author, dealt with it. Also, when we think of Achilles, we all think of the Trojan War, right? At least I do. So the Trojan War is actually portrayed in this book, and I found it really amazing how the way that this war challenged and tested the abilities of each of the two characters and their relationship was really well written out. However, if there was one flaw that I could pick out was that I definitely wanted more from these characters as people, not just myth characters. So what I mean by this is that in this book, we spend a lot of time with them, looking at all these events and occasions that occur to them, both of them or either one of them. But I think the book does not go in depth about their personality and their thoughts, and they don't really dig deep into the connotations that they might have. And I really looked forward to it because this is a myth book, and I thought that it would be kind of interesting to see how this would kind of become a fictional book. But I just felt like I was reading a myth for this book, not really reading a story that depended on them. So that was one flaw that I would have really liked if the author could make up for it. So I would give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it to people who have read the Homer's Iliad, but it's not really necessary, I don't think. I hope that you guys would check this book out as well. So this is the end of my book review. I hope you enjoy it and got some information on what the Song of Achilles was about, and subscribe for more content. Bye!